All right, folks. It's 5:05 in the morning, and I'm watching a movie called what's it called? The Uninvited, which is pretty good so far. And this is my little candles that I light in the morning. I work third shift. I'm gonna try to make this video a little bit shorter because I I did I've already reviewed this album twice, but I can't get it under, like last time I reviewed it. I mean, I recorded it, and it was like 16 minutes long because I got a lot to say about it and the person that we're speaking of, but I gotta consolidate it a little bit. So hopefully I won't ramble on. Yeah, 16 minutes is way too long. I wouldn't want to watch anybody for 16 minutes. It'd get annoying. I annoy myself enough. Aaron Lewis. The album is Sinner. So I'm going to try to put in a bubble of what I've been ranting about. Aaron Lewis is from the rock band Stained. And to put it lightly, some of the lyrics in this album, he tries to act like he's been doing country for like 20 years when he hasn't. He's been doing rock, hard rock / metal, new metal, whatever you want to call it. So some of it is like, I just can't believe it. You know, I can't believe it because it's some fabricated stuff. On the up note, I love the fact that he's bringing back like country, what country really is supposed to sound like. You know, with acoustic guitars, slide guitars. I mean, it sounds like a real country album. Now, it's odd that Aaron Lewis had to bring that back, you know. And there's a few other artists in country that are trying to bring that back. And like I said, I'm not a big country guy, so I can't name them off the top of my head. Alan Jackson, I love Alan Jackson, and he was real country back in the day, back in the 90s and stuff. And I like that kind of country sometimes. I really do. Like my grandpa and I used to listen to a lot of his old country, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams Jr., Hank Williams and Jr., Marty Robbins, I think was another guy that he listened to. There's a couple other ones, I can't remember them, it's a long time ago. Anyway, getting to the review of this album because I've been ranting a lot in the recordings and I need to just consolidate it about Aaron Lewis and stuff. Sinner by Aaron Lewis. Good album, solid. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that there are some unbelievable aspects in the lyric portion of this album, and country is a lot about lyrics. Emotionally, mentally, physically, all that kind of stuff, spiritually. There's one lyric that I just picked out, and there's a few of them in there, but I just picked this one out. He says, I've got a piece of land that I bought with hard work that I earned with these hands. Really, Aaron, really. You've been in a rock band since you were like 19. And you're definitely not a country guy. So, you know, he's lived in LA and what's that, Santa Monica, I think it is. San Bernardino Valley, I don't know. Anyway, he's lived out there for years, and he did grow up in the north. I think it was like New York or Ohio. No, it's not Ohio. Somewhere up in there. You know, in the upstate of New York. So yeah, there is some country there that I could see that he, you know, probably experienced. But, you know, I live in Lexington, North Carolina, small town. Some people would call it a country town. Some people would call it a small town. Fact is, I didn't grow up in Alabama. I didn't grow up in Arkansas. I didn't grow up in Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana. All those states are, you know, embody real country. And not saying that Aaron can't, you know, touch on those things, but to act like you've been toiling in the fields for 20 years to, get this piece of land that you worked so hard to get. It's just not believable. On the other hand, being in a band is hard work, is tough. I understand that. I was in a band for 7 years, something like that. And there's a lot of hard work. You got to do promotions. You got to, get your name out there. Back when I was in a band, though, it wasn't as easy because we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have. I wish we had YouTube back then. But we didn't have YouTube. We had computers, but it was like the start of the computer era. We did have MySpace. MySpace, remember that? Anyway, getting away from that, and he would have had to do the same thing because he's a little bit older than I am. I'm 36. He's probably about 40, and he would maybe a little bit older than that actually, but he would have had to experience. He would have experienced how hard it was to be a band back then. So, Aaron, I know you had some hard work with that, but you don't know what it's like to work in a warehouse, work landscaping, work construction, work, sweat kind of jobs, where it's tough. It's tough to make a living. And, yeah. So, some of that part of it's not believable at all. Anyway, I'm going to go over the track list real quick. That Ain't Country, number 2. Sinner's the first one, my bad. Featuring Willie Nelson. Love that song, Willie. I love Willie Nelson. That Ain't Country is number 2. That kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. Aaron, you really don't have a right to call country or to pick what's country, because really you haven't. Even if you did grow up in a rural, that's such a weird word, area, really, you've been like citified for like 20 some years, and whatever. I don't think he has the right to call what's country and what's not country, but it's whatever. Number 3, Whiskey and You. Love that song. It's about a lost relationship. Put it in a nutshell. He's getting drunk. Try to not think of it, but we all know that doesn't work. For me, it made me think of it more. Definitely been there myself. I've been there in a lot of ways. Anyway, I love that song, Whiskey and You. It's one of my favorites. 4, Northern Redneck. Not even going to touch that one. Northern and redneck should not go together. Rednecks are southern. That's my opinion. 5, Mama. Good song. Everybody's got to have a song about their mama. Number 6, Sunday Every Saturday Night. Didn't really like that song. Just a little, I don't know. I don't really like that song. Number 7, Lost and Lonely. Really solid song. Love that one. Sounds like a country song. Sounds like what you would encompass in a country song, real world kind of stuff. But again, I almost hate that I love that song because the lyric content is what I read earlier, and it's like, dude, you're really not. You don't know what it's like working 9 to 5. Maybe you did when you was 16 or 17, but what do we remember from 16 or 17? Story of My Life. Number 8, 9, Stuck in These Shoes, and number 10, I Lost It All. Those 3 songs really remind me of Stained songs lyrically, not musically by any means, but lyrically. Aaron Lewis has always been like a poor me kind of guy, and he kind of brings that into those 3 songs. A couple other songs on here too, but Money Can't Buy Happiness. By any means. I mean, I have a little bit of money now, and there's things that I've lost, people in my life that I've lost, that I wish I could bring back. Love's lost. Money can't bring those things back. Money can't buy those things. Only we can improve ourselves and realize the mistakes we've made from those situations and move forward. And I want to throw this in there. Love yourself. You know, you might be a little weird. You might be a little odd. Maybe people don't agree with the things you like, the things you love, what you're attracted to, what you're not attracted to. Be you. And everything else falls into place. You know, I like a mohawk. I like earrings. You know, I'm 36 years old. Some people would say, well, you know, why don't you grow up? Why don't you grow up? You know, I don't want to be... I don't know. I'm not even going to get into all that, but it's what I like, you know? It's what I like. And I'm not trying to prove a point or send a message that I'm some hardcore guy, because I'm not. I'm a teddy bear. I just like it. And it's what I've liked for years. So, anyway. Number 11, finishing out the album, is Traveling Soldier. And I don't like that song at all. Sorry. But, you know, these... Aaron Lewis, I'm going to have to give you 3.5 drumsticks on this out of 5 drumsticks. Only because, you know, because some of the stuff is so fabricated that it's very, very unbelievable, I must say. And, yeah. So, anyway, y'all have yourself a good day, and come back and see me sometime. Hope you guys subscribe at the bottom. All you gotta do is touch the button. You know, it's really not that difficult. Even if you don't like me, just subscribe. And like the videos if you like them. If you don't, I don't really care. I like doing this, and that's what it's about. Enjoy yourself today, folks. I love you. Have a good day. Peace.